What's going on, everybody? It's your boy BOJ. I'm in the building and I'm here to talk about my favorite platform in the space today. Y'all already know what it is. It's MoveQuest. All right. And before we get into the topics today, of course, we're going to be talking about the current price. We're going to be talking about how amazing these boosts are. And I think I just want to take some time to reiterate how important this project is for us from a health standpoint. Even though I'm not a trainer, even though I'm not a health expert, even though I'm not a professional in any of those aspects, I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. I just want to remind people that this is a journey. This is not your regular passive platform that's out there. This is actually the most active platform than a lot of you that have ever been in your life, especially if you want some of the bigger gains from what this project can do. You can start anywhere. I want to reiterate that as well. But I really think for those of us that have been in this space for a long time, this is a little bit different than anything that we've had to do. Because it's not just sit it and forget it. All right. You got to be engaged. You got to be active. I want to say this. I'm not a financial advisor either. I'm not your financial advisor. And this is not financial advice. All right. I'm just a dude on YouTube showing you guys all these amazing opportunities in the crypto space. And I'm so happy to share with you MoveQuest today. For those of you that don't know what MoveQuest is, just quite simply, we are using our bodies, we are using our daily movement to mine a token in the crypto space called MQT. All right. MQT stands for MoveQuest token. And MoveQuest is the infrastructure that allows us the ability to use our physical activity every day, our steps that we get in, our sleep that we get in, the distance that we walk, run, jog, bike, swim, all these different activities that we may do. We log a distance that we do them in, right? So we are able to use those things. Some of those, there's another one I'm missing. Distance, I can just look. It's a distance, steps, sleep. I've been doing this so long, I know one's just skipping my brain. The amount of time that you're working out. All right. So that's also a gauge. But these are all these different things. You don't have to actually feel like you have to work out. There are a lot of you that just have very active jobs. You just have to do a lot of walking. One example that was given a few days ago that I didn't even think about, all this hotel staff, right? We take for granted when we go and spend time with our families at these different hotels that people are coming into these rooms all over this big, huge resort, building, hotel, motel, wherever you are. And hopefully they are spending some time walking around and making sure that the facilities are clean and well maintained and all those different things. And can you imagine? Of course, they're already doing the best that they can, working paycheck to paycheck. But if some of them were able to just take the activity that they're logging already in their phones and be able to actually accumulate a real world asset in the crypto space just from that, that's not necessarily the most Olympionic. I just created a word, but you know what I'm saying? That's not an Olympian. That's someone that has a what some would say a regular job, one that we may take for granted as those that have the ability to stay in some of these nicer hotels and all that different stuff. So this really can affect all walks of life. If you are active, if you are able to move around, we've even heard stories of people that are in wheelchairs that are finding a way to stay involved in MoveQuest. It's one of the most motivating, encouraging communities that I've ever been in because this is more than just us trying to seek the financial gain of this platform. This is a lot of us experiencing a lot of real life physical change in our bodies and being able to push ourselves a lot further. There was a person on the call that I participated on just a couple days ago on Saturday at the and shout out to Hayden for always hosting an amazing event on Saturdays for new folks, older folks, vet folks, folks that have been in, folks just getting in, folks that are reacquainted with the MoveQuest system. There was a story about about a man that had not been the most mobile, active, working out person in the world, and this was an opportunity that once they really got motivated and saw what this was, it caused them to do more movement in their life, and now they're able to take advantage of not having to be on as much medication and not feeling as sore and being able to sleep in your own bed and all these different things that a lot of us could take for granted. There's so many people that have so many different things going on in this world, and I do believe that this tackles more than just the financial piece. So I've said a lot already. That is just my standpoint on what this opportunity is. Okay, just in general, in a general standpoint, if you believe in your own physical health, this is something for you. If you believe in your own fiscal health, this is something for you. If you're a person that is just getting involved in cryptocurrency and just learning and getting your feet wet, this is something for you. There's a whole community of people ready to educate you, not only on MoveQuest, but the whole crypto space in its entirety, from the basics that you need to participate to some of the bigger things that are going on in the industry. All right. That's here, right here in this community. Okay. So don't skip out on that. Don't forget about that. Okay. We're going to jump over to the price of MQT right now, just as it stands on CoinMarketCap. And the only reason I'm doing that is because we spent a whole lot of time last week talking about the rise of this token, right? We were seeing this token not long ago at $2. Okay. Now, mind you, we're at $14 right now. We've seen as high as the low to mid 20s last week. Okay. And that was just from our community re-engaging, the ecosystem kicking in, the liquidity kicking in, and all that different stuff going on. Okay. People are going to sell their token. That's one of the good things I believe are in this opportunity. Those of us that got in at $2 and were able to get a lot of good token and to mine and to buy and all those different things that you're able to do, you're able to see some gains here. All right. And this is just the beginning of this, because we're going to see this community grow. I know I'm not the only person out here that is excited about the merger between cryptocurrency and physical health in an opportunity, in an ecosystem, in a community like this. I know I'm not the only one. All right. And I challenge you guys out there that feel the same way as me to say something. Okay. Speak up, get involved, be out here. I ain't hard to find. Bank of Gerald at protonmail.com. I leave my information in the description below of all my videos. I have a Telegram group where I talk about this. This is one of the greatest things I believe that's out there, especially in the crypto space. I won't spend a whole lot of time talking about the tokenomics because I'm not necessarily a crypto expert. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, what I do know is that as this community continues to grow, as we continue to submit our proof of activity and mine this beautiful coin called MQT that launched at $1 and is now at $14 a year and some later, there are a lot of happy people right now about what MoveQuest is doing. Even some that are not even involved in the community. They're just investing from the outside. They're seeing this as a token where they think that, well, the community seems to be engaged. The price continues to do what crypto does. It's not just tanking south of $1. It's not, trying to find its way as a penny stock. No, this is a coin that has right now $1 million in liquidity, right? And that's just what it's able to be read on CoinMarketCap. So those that know, all right, I won't go into all that, but I just wanted to take some time to share with you guys this the price of MoveQuest, and let you know it's a real token out here. All right, this is a real token. MQT is indeed a real token. Now, I want to go to the back office just really quickly because I want to just share with you guys where I am, give you some context. For those of you that don't know, I'm a person that has been involved in MoveQuest since August of last year. I have spent a lot of time making sure that I invested my own resources and my own time into this project. And that is why I'm sitting here with all my mining dock slots open, available, and filled with Titans. Okay. I highly suggest, whether you're a leader or not, if you want to be mining the most that you can mine, you want to open these docking slots. Every docking slot is $80 worth of Avalanche. Okay. You want to load your wallet up with your Avalanche. This is all through MetaMask that I've been able to interact with MoveQuest.com. Okay. You want to make sure you're putting the right links in there. Reach out to me if you're not certain if it's the right link or whatever. If you've been getting emails you shouldn't be from anything MoveQuest. All right. If you get an email from MoveQuest, it's not MoveQuest. I just want to throw that in there. Okay. This is a decentralized project. The only relationship that MoveQuest has with you is your wallet address. All right. And then the information that comes from your phone already about your physical activity to the application that you can download for free in the App Store and the Google Play Store right now. All right. But all of you guys that are serious about MoveQuest and serious about the opportunity that's here, I encourage you, open your dock slots and fill them with miners. Right now, there's a promotion going on as we celebrate a year plus on the Avalanche blockchain. For every dock slot that you open, you are going to be given a Trailblazer miner that is mining at 100% mining power. Okay. As you can see, I'm mining with Titan. Okay. And this is a culmination of a few things. I'll show you how to get your Titan if you want a Titan. All right. If you want a Titan, first thing you want to do is open your dock slot. Okay. Because you can't put You can't just have miners sitting around. Well, you can just have miners sitting around because I do. But those are the ones that are not being used. If you're just getting started, you want to be at this Titan level, you have to get your first miners, okay? Here's one way to do it. This hatchery right here, okay? This is something that I've used. I've had benefited from this hatchery. And what this hatchery allows you to do is it allows you to mint the Vanguard miners right away. Now, you've already been given Trailblazer miners for opening your dock slots. Vanguard miners are needed to get Titan because you need 2 Vanguard miners to evolve into 1 Titan. You will get these Vanguard miners just for participating in the hatchery. So say if you wanted to fill all 18 dock slots with 18 Titans, right? Right off the bat, you're just one of those people that want to be mining at the highest mining power. You want to get right after it. So if you know you need 2 Vanguards to make 1 Titan, how many Vanguards do we need for 18 docking slots, you may ask? Okay, well, what's 18 times do? I do believe that's 36, all right? So if we go on out to 36, okay? If you wanted to do this in this hatchery, 36 Vanguard miners is going to be 586 MQT and $1,200 in Avalanche, okay? That is to get all the miners that you need to be able to get your Titan, okay? This is mining at the highest level. So some of you guys are not going to be involved in what this is. But those of you that want to do that and want to know over time, this is what you shoot for. You can also adjust this ticker to be where you want it to be. But for those of you that aren't going to shoot for the stars and land on the moon in that type of way, for those of you that are all around the world that may feel like this is not even an affordable opportunity for you, let me show you something. I'm going to just give me a second, okay? Now, what I was sharing with you before was about, I got all these miners. I've been around for a while, right? But they have an amazing thing that I want to talk about just really quickly. It's this 9 Trailblazer Phantom miners. For the first 90 days, for those new people out there, for just signing, getting ready, you want to get your MetaMask filled with a little bit of Avalanche. You want to have that, right? You're going to use MetaMask to do this. You want to use your DApp browser to do this, okay? But you have the ability to mine with 9 Trailblazers right off the bat for free. Run with MoveQuest for 90 days. Claim, submit, earn, start your Phantom miner trial now, okay? When you claim those, all right, and for me, I have my dock slots already filled. But when you claim those, you want to make sure you don't have anything in your dock slots. You will be able to mine with 9 Trailblazer Phantoms for 9 of those slots will be filled with these virtual miners. Now, after 90 days, you will lose these miners. Okay, it's just meant to give you a trial period. Okay, you want to make sure that your Avalanche is in your wallet, your in-app wallet, and there's plenty of help to be able to do this. I want to make sure that everyone is clear with that. But ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss out on that. If you feel like cost and you feel like that, all over the world out there are people from all over the world that may not have as much. They may not even have $100. All right. This is going to be an opportunity for you to even grow to grow a community of people, right? You show them how they can be involved with these Phantom miners, and you show them the benefit of getting out there and getting their steps in. There's so many people all over the world that are getting so many steps in. Those real grinders and hustlers on a day-to-day basis, they're doing walks and steps that we don't even know. We don't know half the places they done gone on a daily basis. They're mining with these Phantom miners. You watch what happens over the next 90 days, all right? I'm excited about what the price is going to do as the community continues to grow. But if you have these small pockets of communities that are coming in with these Phantom miners and they're submitting every day, and they're submitting their proof of activity, they're mining their MQT, being a part of the ecosystem, being involved with the calls, they're going to be motivated to share this with other people. And when they share that with other people, they're going to be benefiting from that. As the price continues to grow, this is not just about how many people you share it with. This is about, over time, a community growing and us all submitting our proof of activity, us all getting our movement in, and us all going after it and getting that MQT and holding on to it, accumulating it, all right? Now, nobody's stopping you from selling it. I want to make sure that that's clear, okay? Nobody's keeping you from selling it. Here's one thing that I want to do. I want to show you guys what boosts do. I know I've been talking for a little while already, but for those of you that are still here, I want to show you guys what boosts do, okay? Now, some of you guys have been looking in the app. You've been trying to figure out how to get your boosts, okay? The first thing that I want to make sure that you understand is if you have not sent MQT to your in-app wallet, you want to make sure that you do that if you want to be able to buy the boosts with your MQT in the application. Now, if you do it from outside the application, if you do it on the dApp browser, it's going to use the avalanche from your MetaMask. Okay, that's the difference. If you're doing it on MetaMask, do the dApp browser, it's going to pull from the avalanche there, or pull from the MQT that's there. I'm sorry. It's going to pull from the MQT that's there. So if you have MQT that's in your MetaMask wallet, some of you do, that's where it's going to pull from. If you're doing it in the application, you want to make sure that you have MQT inside the app, all right? And that is as easy as going inside the app, okay? And let me just go ahead and do this so I can show you guys really quickly. All right, y'all, just give me 1 second here while I get this together. First thing I'm gonna show you is that we get into the application, all right? You wanna get in here and you wanna click on the top right where the wallet is, and you see this spending wallet. This is where you're gonna be spending for your boost in app, okay? This wallet address right under spending wallet is the wallet that you're going to copy and paste when you're sending MQT over to this wallet. So if you have MQT in your MetaMask, all right, send whatever you need to send to that spending wallet address, and it's going to show up right here in your spending wallets. That's how you see I have 4 AVAX. Those are for my submission fees. I've got MQT here just in case I want to purchase in a boost or anything inside. And I do believe there's going to be other things that you can purchase like in-app purchases, but we're using our MQT. So you're going to want to remember how to do this. But for those of you that understand the basics of crypto, this will not be hard. For those of you that don't understand the basics of crypto, this should show you how easy it is. You copy and paste, all right? Those are some of the strong bases, other than keeping your assets secure, all right? You're setting up your wallet address. You want to make sure that you write down your 12, 24 word key phrases and all that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure this comes back. This is part of the basics of crypto that you'll be doing all the time as you make crypto transactions, okay, in your journey with crypto, all right? So you want to do that. Now I want to show you what boosts do, okay? So as you see these boosts back here, and I have quite a few. You guys can see my docket of boosts. I got limit boosts, I got performance boosts, I got rest boosts, okay? Once you have your MQT in your wallet, then you can purchase any one of these boosts. The performance boost has anywhere up to from 10 to 30%, amplifying the shares you have by the percentage. And of course, if you're doing it in-app, it has a little note here at the top information what the boosts do. So let's read through this real quick. Boosts are temporary power-ups that you can purchase with your in-app currency, i.e. MQT. When used, they apply to a specific day and remain active across all mining pools. Each boost is consumed automatically after that day, okay? Performance boost increases all your activity results by a set percentage, helping you earn more for the same effort. Limit boost raises your daily activity cap, allowing you to go beyond the standard limit and keep earning. Your rest boost is designed for recovery days, right? Use once every 3 days. It generates reward shares based on your best performance from the last 3 active days, okay? So here's what we want to do. As we've already talked about these boosts, I want to go into this last one right here. So yesterday, November the 9th, I had 11,000 steps, 3.6 thousand calories, a distance of 5.12 miles, worked out for 3 hours. A lot of that was out playing golf, walking around, and I didn't clock any sleep, okay? And I think that's important to mention for this one because there are a few ways that you can count for your sleep, but I'm cool with, the 1 hour usually that I am able to log in there for putting my Apple Watch on the charger and my phone, whatever it grabs, it just grabs. I'm cool with that because the percentage that it gets from sleep isn't quite the percentage that it gets from the steps and the distance and all the other stuff that the workout time and all that, right? So here's what boosts do. As you can see, this last day, the one I did yesterday, 17,000 steps, 4,000 calories, 8 miles, just about 3 hours in workout, sleep, 1 hour and 45, right? So here's the power of what can happen. Now, I believe I've used the rest. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to demonstrate what that does. So I'm going to click on it just to see. All right, so here's what a rest does. I am able to, it looks like I am able to do it. So I'm going to just express that first. What that's going to do is going to take the best day. All right, my best day over the last 3 active days was November the 8th, where I got 61 million shares. All right. Now, right now, as it stands, I would get 30 million shares on the left. All right. The left goes to the right. It's showing you what it would be and what it could be if you do it. All right. Now, let's see what the other boosts do. Now, rest is the only one that you have to use by itself. Now, if I wanted to use a performance boost, I can only use one of them. I can't put 30 and 20 together, right? But if I use if I use performance boost, I can couple it with a limit boost. So performance boost by itself, what that does is it boosts my performance. So instead of 11,000 steps, we're talking 14,000 steps, all right? Notice that the cap is still 12,000 on the steps, okay? That's very important. For the calories, only have to burn 800, but I'm burning 3.6 thousand, right? The boost would take it to 4.7. Notice that the limit does not change, okay? I'm using the word limit for a reason. The miles, right? I didn't get quite 6 miles. I got 5.12. But with the boost, it pushes me past 6 for 6.66, all right? Same for my workouts. Workouts was 3 hours and 34 minutes. I got well over an hour, right? So I'm not worried about that. But it boosted it up to 4 hours and 38 minutes. Now, here's why I wanted to reiterate what happens when you don't log anything. It can't multiply it by anything, okay? So while my limit on sleep is 6 hours, I logged a 0, right? I can't boost 0 because it's 0, all right? So if you want any boost on it at all, you do have to log something in there, okay? Very important. But if I didn't want to use that day and I just wanted to use the rest day, I could do that, right? Here's another thing I want to mention. The limit by itself just increases the limit. So for those things that I got more on, right? Like let's look at the calories burnt. I got well over 800. I also got well over the 1,600 that it would use if I got 100% limit boost. As you can see, it boosted the limit of each category by 100%, pretty much doubled it. So instead of it being 6 miles for distance, it's 12. For 1 hour of workout, it's 2. For sleep, instead of 6, it's 12. All that does, it just gives you a bigger parameter to earn more shares. Here's the beautiful thing about the boost. Limit and performance boost I can put together at the same time. So now, not only is my limiter increased, but my performance increased, okay? Now, for the sake of the example, I'm going to use these together. I'm not going to use my rest boost today, even though it probably will give me more shares. For the sake of example, because I'm not worried about it, I'm gonna submit my proof of activity every day that I can. So I'm not worried about it right now. Okay. You want to make sure that you have the avalanche in your spending balance. So same thing that you did with MoveQuest, moving the MQT over. It's the same thing you want to do with Avalanche, and make sure you have that in your spending wallet so that you can do your proof of physical activity. Okay. You're gonna have a fee based on how many or how powerful your miners are. So because I have the most powerful miners in all the docking slots filled, my submission fee is right south of $8, $7.43. Okay. So I'm going to burn the boost right now. That's letting the system know that I want to use those boosts, right? Once this is done, then those boosts are submitted. All right. They are active. So now all I got to do is submit my proof of activity right here. It takes that avalanche from my in-app Avalanche wallet. And now I have 4.5 million, around 4.56 million shares that are going to be submitted, right? And those will show up, the boost will show up at the top. As you can see right here, I just had to click back and click back over. The boosts are showing at the top that they're being used. Now, for some of you didn't even know, you can mine on other projects like Bullish Moon. You want to do the same thing over here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to submit my proof of activity over here as well. Those boosts are going to be applied to my submissions here as well. So here's what that should tell you. Here's where we should get excited. All the different projects that join the MoveQuest community, right? And there's going to be many. We're going to be able to use those same boosts with our submissions on those projects. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty cool. All right. So now that we've submitted on both, we're in a new day. I've already got 5,000, close to 6,000 steps done for the day. Already went to the gym this morning. Got a few miles in on the treadmill. Probably get some more in later. Got my workout time in. Got a little bit of sleep last night. You're able to get your boost. I want to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, that there is customer support. That means support for you. Okay. If you're having a problem, if you're having an issue, don't be afraid to get in through these support times and call in through the Zoom. All you got to do is click it and it'll take you right there. You literally, it's a button, MoveQuest customer support. It is a button, you click it and you go. Here's another thing that I'll add for the people that may not be in my Telegram group, but this is something that I mentioned in my Telegram group, all right? If you're a person that's just getting involved, you just got a brand spanking new phone or whatever, you just got a brand spanking new Apple Watch or whatever device and wearable, you want to make sure that if you're using an Apple product, right, if you're using an iPhone, you want to make sure that you have entered your height and your weight inside of that health app, okay? If you have done that, it should read your calories just fine, okay? If you have not done that, make sure you go do that so we can get a good reading of your calories, okay? It may get the distance, it may get the steps, but we all know that calories is another one of those indicators in our ways that we mine this amazing token called MQT. All right. So make sure you do that. Another note, for those of you that want to be in this project at a higher level, for those of you that want to be leaders in this project, for those of you that may be influencers, for those of you that may be out there with communities that you train, I do believe that this is the perfect opportunity for you. Not only do you have an opportunity to inspire your people even further with adding this as an incentive to their already starting physical journey, right? Their new fitness journey, right? But they get to learn about cryptocurrency, this new trending topic that's going on in our world that we need to know about. We need to know how to transact it. We need to know how to receive it. This process is going to teach you a lot about that. But not only that, it's something that is applicable to what you are doing right now. And for those leaders out there, there's opportunities for all of you that are out there that are helping people to get involved with MoveQuest and unlock their docking slots, get their miners, and submit their proof of activity. All right. There's incentive for you. Okay. So all you got to do is reach out to me. I ain't hard to find. I want you to have this incentive, but I also want you to be serious about growing this MoveQuest opportunity because it is serious about growing itself. All right. And it needs people that are serious about it to join its team, be a part of what's going on here at MoveQuest. All you got to do is reach out to me, and pretty soon you'll be able to reach out to all the different leaders that are at the forefront. We are the coordinators of what is going to be going on as MoveQuest grows and find its new wave of leaders out there. I'm blessed and I'm honored to be a part of that team. And for those of you that are out there that are willing to not only teach people what physical fitness can do, what physical movement can do, you might want to do some research on what getting 10,000 steps a day can do. But not only that, that are willing to take the time to educate folks on how to do transactions with a MetaMask and how to get their avalanche that they need to be a part of this project, how to get their miners, how to make sure that they have everything that they need to get mining their MoveQuest with their proof of physical activity every day. Listen, I see so many people that are walking, running at their jobs that I know probably know nothing about what MQT and what MoveQuest is doing in the world. We have a community, and I can show you guys this right now. I know I've been talking long enough, but I love to share a documentation beats conversation every day of the week, and I love that we're able to see this for ourselves. If you go to the global stats section, you will see how many people are submitting their proof of activity every day. And right now, we're pretty consistently over 3,000 for the last week plus, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a small community here that's continuing to grow. It's trending upwards, all right? But listen, ladies and gentlemen, the power that we could have. 3,000 people doesn't, if 3,000 people showed up at the Commanders game, it would be on the news. It would be on the news that only 3,000 people showed up to see the Commanders. And imagine all those people walking around the field. And I know I'm just trying to find some positive things to say about my Commanders right now. We're going. But anyway, this is an opportunity that can be used all over the world. I do believe that as it grows, we're going to continue to see it added on even more and more exchanges, and the gamification, all the different things that are going to be happening, the leasing, the ability to um, uh, rent the physical activity from someone else for our less active people out there. For those of you that want to be out there able to rent 10,000 steps from somebody, I encourage you to try to get your own, but you're going to have that ability to rent it from somebody else. And that just keeps the economy and ecosystem going. That keeps people motivated about getting their own steps, because why wouldn't you want to be the person that's out there able to rent your physical activity to somebody else? All right. I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you. Make sure that you write down all of your codes for your wallets, ladies and gentlemen, your 12 and 24 word key phrases. Make sure you write them down, put them in a safe place. This is a safe place right here for people to I'm not talking about your keys anymore. I'm talking about safe crypto projects. This is where I have planted my flag. I'm excited about it. Yes, there's going to be things that I talk about outside of this. Yes, there's going to be platforms and opportunities that come and go. We got to capitalize on opportunity. But this is where I plant my flag, because I do believe that this has the opportunity to change lives more than just what we see in our pockets. We got to be around to actually see and experience some of the wealth that we build, right? There's so many people that would trade in all the dollars in the world to get their health back. And we know that to be a fact. So let's not forget that as we go on this journey. I'm so excited. I'm a year plus in, and I'm the healthiest I've ever been physically. And I'm excited for that fiscal change too. And I know a lot of you are as well. Put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you, because if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. All right. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. I will see y'all on the next one. Let's get moving. Let's start talking about MoveQuest. And I'm not going to say before it's too late, because it'll never be too late. It'll never be too late to get your body moving. It'll never be too late to start taking the next step. It'll never be too late to start upgrading your own life. It'll never be too late to start wanting to provide more for your family. It'll never be too late to start wanting to do more for yourself. It'll never be too late. All right. But you have to make the decision for yourself. I can't make it for you. All right. And I'm not here to make it for you. I'm here to share with you that you're not out here making it by yourself. All right. You got a team of people that are out here that will support you. And I'm on the YouTube ether talking about it. All right. So anyway, I'll see you on the next one. This is MoveQuest. It's your boy BOJ. Peace.